Walking first.
Oh man, look at this! Look at this, Luke. We're back, man. It's preseason. It's August. It's time to do a little preseason football for Always Pick Under. Look at our new studio. I like the setup, man. I think we've done a good job. Let me get set up here so I'm not sitting in front of our projector. Can you see okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. All right, man. Should we talk about what we've been doing? So you just got back from basketball camp, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So which basketball camp did you go to?
Richmond.
Richmond Spiders, huh? Yeah. How was it? Did you meet Coach Mooney?
Yeah.
Did you see any of the players?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which ones? Do you remember their names?
Delani Hunt.
Delani Hunt, the great Delani Hunt. We're gonna miss him next year, aren't we? It's gonna be tough. Gonna be tough. You know, they lost people. VCU lost some people. Man, VCU Richmond. Don't sleep on this area's basketball. You got two of the best teams in the A10 just sitting down the road. All right. Did you do anything else? Did you play any other sports this summer?
No.
You didn't do any other sports this
I
summer?
did swimming.
Swimming. Not just didn't do swimming. You had a huge accomplishment. What did you do?
I made champs.
You made champs. This dude makes champs right here. Makes champs. So humble. Very humble kid. That's why I love him. He's not like his dad, who's a big, gregarious personality. Crazy a little bit.
That's you.
That's me, you think? Yeah?
Yeah, because you are my dad.
I'm your dad. Give me a high five on that. You know what? If you got your hand like this, then nobody can see your beautiful face. Everybody wants to see the beautiful Luke Skillman. I guarantee you. All right, so we got the preseason. We got our new thing. So let's show off our new toys. We're hooked up with a laptop.
Uh-huh.
We're doing things a little different. Rather than relying on our web, we got actually a presentation style, don't we?
Canva.
Yeah, Luke's learned how to use Canva a little bit. His dad might do that a little bit too. What else we got? We're using our tripod. We got mics this year to make our voices sound better. Yeah, right there. See it, show it to the camera. There you go. We got mics. We got some lighting. We got a lot of things going on. I'm excited about our makeshift studio. I think it's going to be a cool, fun season. Cool thing about this studio is we can take it on the road. We can take it about anywhere we want, can't we?
Uh-huh.
It's portable, man. It's portable.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, I'm excited about Cutchville. Let's think about where we left off. If we think about last year, let's talk about the national championship. Who won the national championship? Was it Indiana?
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Gosh, I forgot about them. Ohio State they were clearly the best team last year. All year we had them up there. I think that was our team that we thought could win it all. Notre Dame to me was a surprise, but they deserved it. They had great coaching, great. I mean, I think that Marcus Freeman did an unbelievable job in the playoffs. Unbelievable coaching all the way through to get there. I think they come back strong. I think the team we follow Indiana, which was the surprise of the century. They were great to make the playoffs. We followed Georgia. They, that was a team that was good enough to win it all, but they didn't do the little things well enough. A lot of turnovers, a lot of mistakes. You can't do that and win. I'm not quite for sure they could have beaten Ohio State. They certainly didn't beat Notre Dame. So, I think they're going to come back hungry this year.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. So we're going to start off with the top 5. So at number 1, we got the Texas Longhorns.
Tell me about why you think that, bud.
Well, I just think that because, they're pretty good except when they lost to Ohio State. But, when they lost to Ohio State. But after that, they were pretty good. They only lost to Georgia and Ohio State. Georgia 2 times, actually. But I think they were pretty good. They were a champion level team, but they just couldn't make it in the semifinals.
Yeah, I thought Texas was really good. I'm old. I don't have the memory of Luke, so I wrote a couple things down. Everybody's favorite thing about Texas is going to be Arch Manning. Great quarterback, great family of quarterbacks. I love Peyton. I love Eli. I can't wait to see what Arch can do. I think he's a good quarterback, and seems like a good person as well. They got 4 new offensive linemen, so that's going to be a learning curve. And they got 3 new wide receivers. So I think that's going to be the key for Texas. Can you protect them? And can the receivers catch the ball? But I like Texas. They got Sark's a great coach. Those fans are tremendous. So, yeah, I agree. I think Texas number 1 solid, Luke. I'll agree with you on that. Who do you got at number 2?
Number 2, we got the Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh, man. You mean this Georgia Bulldog team?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Tell me about that decision you
Well,
got.
I just think Notre Dame had a lucky game.
Ooh, we're back to Notre Dame, huh?
Um,
Still hurts my heart.
I think Georgia just wasn't ready. I just think I think they should have Colson back. I don't think this new quarterback they have is not as not the same level as Colson Beck, even though he kept getting turnovers.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, you and I, we're friendly fire here. I have a different opinion. I think that Carson Beck was way out of his league last year mentally. I don't think he ever really was focused the way he needed to be. A lot of turnovers. I mean, 3, 4 turnovers a game sometimes. They won in spite of him a lot, and I wish him well because I think Carson. You don't want anybody to fail. So I wish him well. The way he left Georgia wasn't great. But let's talk about who is there. And what I like about Georgia, the Gunnar Stockton, I think, is a flat winner. I think he reminds me of what Stetson Bennett was. He's got a little wiggle to him. He's got a good arm. And they're surrounding him with 2 or 3 really good running backs that I think Frazier and Roderick Robertson coming back. You got Cash Jones. You got a couple other guys. That running back group is going to be really strong. The wide receiver group is going to be really strong. The tight ends with Lucky and Delp are really good. They got the same problem Texas has. A lot of people on the offensive line that you got to replace. But if they can block and they can actually have a run game this year, they're going to be really good because their run game has not been what it needed to be. They've got to be able to run the football. On defense, you're going to see something similar. That great defensive line that they've had in Brinson and Stackhouse were the end of that national championship that also had Jordan Davis and the big kid Jalen Carter and a couple other kids that were just amazing. They're all gone now. Nolan Smith, they're all gone now. So where Georgia's strength is linebackers and the secondary has got some people back and got some talent. That defensive line, I think Christian Miller is really good. He's going to have to anchor it down and bring a bunch of new young guys up there to be dominant. If they can stop the run, they can run the ball. They're a good number 2. Georgia, high ceiling, but I also think they have a low floor. I think that this team, if their defensive line and offensive line aren't good with that schedule, I mean, you got a monster schedule. You play number 1 Texas. You got to play Alabama. You got to play Ole Miss at home. All those games are at home. You got to go to Tennessee. You got to go to Auburn. You got to play a Georgia Tech team that's a lot better than anybody thinks. I think Georgia has a tough schedule, and they have an inexperienced group, but the talent's there, and I'll take Kirby Smart any day of the week coaching. So I like Georgia. But, again, this could be a team that could win it all. It could be a team that could miss the playoffs too if they're not careful. I don't think they will, but that team's going to have to lock in. They're going to be hungry. We'll talk a lot about them as the year
number
goes.
3, we have the defending champions, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Ohio State's really good. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, they are really good.
I mean, they're tremendous. What do you think? Why do you have them there?
Well, I just think they shouldn't be won even though they won the national championship. But I just think the good level for them to be at is number 3.
Yeah, I like Ohio State. I mean, I think you can put them. You can put them in the top 3 in the order. Ohio State, they've got the best player in football, Jeremiah Smith, best receiver. He's unbelievable. They've got a guy that's probably in the top 5 with Caleb Downs on defensive side. They did lose their defensive coordinator, went to Penn State, Jim Knowles. But I think that Ohio State's got way more talent than just about anybody else. I like them at 3. They can compete too. If they have a quarterback that plays, they're going to be a team that can be. Maybe they'll beat Michigan this year. Who knows? Ryan Day got to beat Michigan. Winning that championship saved Ryan Day's job. He didn't win that championship last year. Probably is coaching somewhere else. All right, who you got at 4?
At number 4, we got the Penn State Lions.
Another Big Ten team. What do you like about Penn State?
I mean, that walk-off field goal to Notre Dame was brutal, but I just think they could have been in the championship if it wasn't for Notre Dame.
Yeah, Penn State was a great football team last year. They're going to be a great football team this year. They're going to be in the hunt to win everything. They got their quarterback, Drew Aller, back. They got maybe the best 2 running back core, 2 best tandem in the country with Allen and Singleton. They got Knowles as defensive coordinator. Penn State is they're there. James Franklin has taken Penn State and made them a team that's tough to beat. Will they take what I call the Dabo jump? So Dabo Sweeney at Clemson for several years was always kind of runner up at the ball. And then they won, and they won a couple in 3 or 4 years. They were really good. Penn State is right where Clemson was probably back, before they won their first championship, maybe 14 or 15. I forgot when their first one was, but it was the mid-2000 teens sometime. But Dabo finally made that jump. James Franklin has got to make that jump at Penn State. He's got to win the Big Ten championship. I think he's got to win a national championship this year, maybe next year. But he's got to do it, because if not, they're going to look for the guy that's going to get them to the next level. But I like Penn State. They're fun. We know a lot of Penn State fans here in the Richmond area. Same thing with Ohio State. So we like those folks a lot. We want Georgia to win or Indiana to win probably, but if they can't win, we got friends that like them.
Okay, number 5, we got the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Oh, man. Well, about the best thing I can say about Notre Dame is that Charlie goes there, our swim coach. And I like Charlie a lot.
Colin likes them.
Who?
Colin
Joyce. Well, I like Colin Joyce. I think Colin's great. Yeah, Colin likes him. So that's 2 people. So Colin and Nevin. Nevin likes him. But why do you like him? Other than friends, why do we like him?
Well, I think they have a good coach.
Oh, yeah. Freeman's a great coach.
I mean, I think the Notre Dame team just has talent. Just has talent in the blood. And
talent in their blood. They got the Irish blood. Tickle me timbers. I got the Irish blood. Shiver me timbers. Is that what they say?
I don't think so.
Shiver me timbers. G'day, let me talk some Irish to you. All right, they got one of the best running backs in the country, Jeremiah Love. He's unbelievable. But they got a new quarterback, so we're going to see what's going to happen with that. But they're going to have a tough defense, and they got Marcus Freeman as coach. I'm on board with Marcus Freeman. I like him. I think he's a good coach. I really do. I like him a lot.
In the hunt.
Who's in the hunt?
We have the Alabama Crimson Tide, the Oregon Ducks, the LSU Tigers, the Tennessee Volunteers, the Clemson Tigers, the Ole Miss Rebels, the Miami Hurricanes, and the Indiana Hoosiers.
Ooh, India. So let's talk about a couple of these. Let's pick a couple out that we want to talk about.
I think Alabama. Indiana.
Okay.
We could go off Tennessee and Miami and Oregon.
All right. Well, let's talk about Alabama. Great talent, great coaching staff. I think the board's going to get it going. They got a tough schedule, and that's what they got to beat Georgia when Georgia comes. And Alabama gets to go to Georgia. Well, that's going to. Well, I can't wait to talk about it. We won't talk about that right now. That's a game I'm looking forward to. I think Alabama's good. We talked about who? Oregon?
Oregon.
Dan Lanning, Kirby Smart disciple, coach there.
I mean, they could have won the national championship, but I don't know what happened to the conference championships and the conference champions in the second round, but they all lost.
Yeah.
Which is unexpected for all of the teams that won the conference championship.
Yeah, you see that a lot of the NCAA tournament too in basketball, where your conference tournament champion sometimes doesn't win it all. But I don't know.
But they just got a bye, and they couldn't do it.
And they had to play a revenge game against Ohio State, where Ohio State, Oregon had beaten them. Ohio State, I felt like Ohio State in the playoffs last year turned their offense loose.
Yeah.
They played conservative a lot of that year. When they ripped open that offense, nobody was touching them. Oregon certainly didn't.
Yeah. So let's go to Tennessee.
Oh. Dun, 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 dun. We got a new friend we met this summer, right? That goes to Tennessee. What's her name? Grace. Yeah, we like Grace looked after Luke and Leah this summer, drove around. So we don't think Tennessee's great just because we know Grace. We actually think they're really good.
The Tennessee program, the football program's really great. I was about to say football Tennessee's program is really good.
I think Tennessee's won a championship in 1998, seven or eight. I think it was 8. and they've always been pretty good. I think for me, what's intriguing about Tennessee, if they do well this year, if they end up winning the SEC championship, make it a good playoff run, they won it in the offseason when the quarterback, the kid that was there, wanted more money and kind of said, "I'm not playing for you guys if unless you give me more money." When they said, "You know what, take a hike," they won the locker room. Josh Heupel won the locker room
Where
there.
did he go
He
again?
went to UCLA, which I think. So I think that kid, the way he acted there at Tennessee, I think they got rid of somebody who wasn't going to help them, and I think UCLA inherited somebody that isn't going to help them. I think if you're only about you, and you're a sophomore, you haven't done anything. I think Josh Heupel, Tennessee, if they have a good season, it's because they did not bow down to that. You can't have a selfish person on the team and win.
Why would he go from the SEC to the Big Ten?
Because they were going to pay him money. So UCLA was willing to pay him what he thought he wanted to get.
Okay, next let's talk about who should we talk about next? Clemson, Ole Miss, or Miami?
Clemson. We got Clemson Dave at the pool, the mayor of the Twin Hickory pool. You got Coach Emma goes there. Look, as long as you got Dabo, who I think is a really good football coach, they have a really good running back. They Klubiak's quarterback. I'm probably not saying that name right, but he's back. Klubnik, he's back. I know. A football show. I don't know the kid's name. I kind of know his name. Anyway, Clemson is going to be good. The ACC is not great, and so they're definitely going to make the playoffs. It's just, do they have enough talent to do it? They got to play LSU first game. That's going to be interesting. They do. They got LSU.
Wait, doesn't Tennessee play Syracuse and Mercedes-Benz?
They might.
Yeah, I think Tennessee plays Syracuse.
We'll have to look that up. But yeah, Syracuse isn't bad. They got
now
Fran
let's
Brown.
talk about the Indiana Hoosiers.
Oh, man. The team is near and dear to my heart. I mean, Indiana took everybody by surprise last year except for themselves because that's all that guy does, Coach Sig. He just wins. Indiana had a great offseason. They kept Kamara and Fisher on defense, and then their the kid that plays at the cornerback position, Pons. They kept that defense. They got some guys in. They got a guy from back, Lou Moore from Ole Miss. Offensively, they got 3 good running backs. They kept Surratt as a wideout. They kept Cooper as a wideout. And then they got Fernando Mendoza, who was the UCLA quarterback, great quarterback. I think Indiana is definitely a team that can get back to the playoffs. And you know what? Signetti wins. That's what he does. So it's not going to shock me at all if Indiana has the same kind of season they had last year. They just can't fall in love with the headlines. They just can't fall in love with themselves.
Last year, when in his post-game interview, he said, "Google me."
Google me, I win. I love it. Yeah. Here's the thing about Indiana against Notre Dame. I felt like that game. So there's 2 thoughts I had about that game. When I was watching Indiana Notre Dame playoffs, I thought Indiana played very conservative, and they hadn't played conservative all year on offense. Even when they were doing kick returns, they were fair catching the kick returns. So I was like, what is happening? Then we found out in the offseason that Rourke, their quarterback, had been playing with a partially torn ACL or maybe even fully torn ACL the entire year. And so then it kind of made sense that he couldn't move around a lot. They didn't want to put him in a lot of pressure situations. And so that was the only game of the season where I felt like they played back on their heels. And so I think that for them to be really good this year, they've got to be aggressive. They're going to be hunted. I mean, I don't think Ohio State thinks about hunting Indiana. I don't think Michigan thinks about hunting Indiana. Probably Oregon doesn't think about Indiana, and they're going to play this year. But everybody else, Iowa.
Did Indiana play Oregon last year?
No, just Ohio State. But the other teams.
So that was the only whole game.
Yeah, no, I mean, they had to beat Nebraska. They played Washington. I mean,
Michigan
was the defending national champs. Nebraska, when they played Nebraska, I think was 5-0 or 5-1.
But Michigan didn't have the same coach.
Well, Michigan didn't have Connor Stallions, who is their greatest asset. Like that, I mean, they didn't have their coach.
Okay,
Stallions, don't even get me started on Connor Stallions.
Now we're gonna do national champs preseason picks. So I'm gonna start with him. Who do you think is your preseason pick for the national champion?
Well, here's the thing. And this is going to be a shock to nobody because people know me by now. But since it's a preseason poll and we're here in August, look, I've been thinking a lot about Georgia. I've been thinking a lot about that team and what, like, if they want to be the next sort of dynasty like Alabama has been, right?
Yeah.
Nick Saban, once he started winning those championships, didn't go more than a couple of years without winning another one. And when Alabama had a year where they didn't win a national championship, that very next year they often won it. If they went 2 years and didn't win it, they definitely won it in the third year. So for me, with Georgia, they're going to be kind of under appreciated coming in. People are not going to think that they're going to be able to win the national championship. They're going to be probably a little bit of the underdog in some of these games. I think if Kirby can get the chip on their shoulder, I think if they can be more like that team with Stetson Bennett 2021, where they had to rely on the run, they had to rely on his arm.
2022?
Well, they won it. It was 21. They won in 21 and 22.
So they won it in 2022 and 2023.
Well, that was the game was played during those, but the game was played in January, but the season was in the fall. It's confusing. Yeah, but they won. Like my shirt says 21 and 22. But yeah, you're right. It was they won it in that. Anyway, neither here nor there. But the thing about it is,
and the semi-final game was half 2024, like half 2024.
all game against Ohio State. That was great. Yeah, that was nuts. But the thing about Georgia is that if they're going to be the dynasty that I think they can be, they got to win it this year. And I think that they have the running backs. They've got talented running backs. People do not understand. People are sleeping on Roderick Robinson. That kid was hurt all last year. He barely played. When he's healthy and you put him with Frazier, they got the power and they got the wiggle with those two guys. And their wide receiving core is outstanding. They got a really good group of wide receivers, a really good group of tight ends. I think Stockton is humble, and he's a Georgia kid, and he wants to win. I like him. And defensively, Kirby Smart's one of the best defensive coaches in the country. I don't worry about their defense. Their defense last year was really good, and it was national championship good. So I think Georgia is going to be the dynasty. I think you're looking at a Nick Saban type scenario with Kirby Smart. And if it's going to happen, like if I'm right about that they're going to win this year. Who do you got?
Well, I want it down, but it's only a pick. But I'm gonna leave it up to you guys watching this. But I'm gonna vote between Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Or Penn State.
Wow. Okay, Notre Dame and Penn State.
Yeah, I couldn't go between those two, but I just think you guys to decide for me in comments or anything.
My favorite thing about that, Luke, is that you went your own way. You didn't just do what Dad said. You did your own way. All right, so let's talk a little bit about as we go through our season this year, we got a few things, but we're gonna do another show next week or in a couple of weeks probably. We're gonna have some fun.
So when we do our next show, I'll see what Penn State or Notre Dame, which has the most votes, and I'll tell you guys at the end.
Yeah, I think that kind of speaks to what we're going to try to do this year with the show, which is audience engagement. There's a couple things. We definitely want y'all to comment. We will have you each week be able to write in questions that you might have, or if you got picks. We might even have some guest pickers. So there'll be weeks where maybe we have people send in a video, and you tell us who you're going to pick. But we kind of we love our show. We're excited about it. My favorite part is this guy right here, being able to do it with my son right here. Man, he's a great dude. I don't want to give him too many compliments because, he doesn't like to be complimented all that much, do you? Yeah, you do. He does. I don't want his head to get too big. What do you think? What's your favorite part of the show?
Picking games.
Picking games. Yeah. All right. Well, should we sign off?
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank y'all for joining us in this preseason show. We have our new backdrop, which I like a lot. Some of our favorite times together. And we hope that you have a great week, a great August. Maybe we'll see you again. Hey, start of school is happening. For some people, it's already happened. And for other people, it starts soon. All right. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. You're going to end it? I think you just push that button. There you go.